This starts with something very simple. A man ran a trafficking operation for years with money, planes, and political cover. He went to jail once, lightly. He died in custody before a real trial. And the people and institutions around him are still fighting over what the public is allowed to know. That's the point of the Epstein files, not the gossip, not the name dropping. The proof of how power actually behaves when one of its own is caught. We already know enough to see the pattern. We know he got a sweetheart deal from prosecutors. We know that deal was hidden from the victims. We know he kept moving in elite circles, even after he was a convicted bleep offender. We know there are thousands of pages of emails, flight logs, schedules, internal memos, sealed filings, and backroom communications. We know those files are being released in slow motion, in pieces, timed and framed for political advantage. When you zoom out, you see the same structure over and over. Prosecutors protect the office. Agencies protect the agency. Parties protect their own leadership. Media brands protect their access and their donors. Everyone talks about victims in public and negotiates around them in private. One side yells, hoax. The other side yells, cover up. Both sides slice the record to hit their enemies and shield their friends. The story gets turned into campaign content instead of evidence in a system that's supposed to deliver justice. I don't care which party wins that game. I care that the game exists at all. Here's my position. Every Epstein-related record that does not directly expose a victim should be public. All of it. Raw, emails, flight logs, visitor logs, internal DOJ and FBI memos, non-prosecution agreements, communications between prosecutors and defense, notes from prison officials, court exhibits, unsealed unless a judge can point to a specific, concrete harm to a specific person who was abused. No more we can't say for security reasons without a detailed, written justification that can be challenged. No more hiding behind ongoing investigations that never end. No more selective leaks designed to control the news cycle while pretending to serve the public. If an institution handled this case, it should expect its handling to be seen, line by line. If you work in public power and you fear what the documents will show, that's the problem. Not the public, not conspiracy theorists. The record. I'm not interested in fantasy lists or YouTube decoders. I'm not trading one kind of opacity for another. If you can't attach a claim to a document, a date, a sworn statement, or a direct quote, then it's a story, not evidence. And if you do have a document, you put it on the table and let everyone read it. No special class of people gets to see the full picture, while everyone else gets vibes and talking points. The point of releasing the files is not to confirm our favorite narrative. It's to make narrative compete with facts. Once everything is public, a few things happen. Journalists can stop chasing hints and start doing document work. Victims can see what was done in their name and against them. Citizens can see which officials try to get this right and which ones sabotaged it. We stop arguing in the dark about what might be in the records and start arguing in the open about what actually is. That's the minimum. Past that, there's the structural work. If a prosecutor cuts a secret deal like the one Epstein got, that should have automatic review and potential discipline. If an agency sits on files of this kind, there should be real consequences for leadership, not just a shrug and a hearing 10 years later. If a judge seals evidence in a case involving systemic abuse, there needs to be a clear, public standard for when and for how long. I'm not naive. Full transparency won't magically turn bad actors into saints, but secrecy is the default setting that lets this behavior repeat. When the files are closed, you get rumors, cults of personality, and weaponized ignorance. When the files are open, you at least give the truth a chance to move faster than the spin. So here's the line for me. No more trusting institutions on faith. No more taking classified, sealed, or ongoing as a permanent answer. No more pretending that elite criminality is an exception instead of a feature of how our systems handle money and power. You want trust? Show the record. You want closure? Show the record. You want to prove you're not protecting anyone? Show the record. Epstein is dead. His victims are not all here to see how this ends. The least anyone can do now is stop hiding the evidence of what was done to them and who helped make it possible. That's the Manifesto. Open the vials, all of them by default, to protect the victims' identities, not the reputations of the powerful. Force every institution that touched this case to live with its own paper trail in public. If that makes people uncomfortable, good. Comfort is what got us here.
It starts with something simple, a man, a plane, a chain, a trafficking operation, running in the rain. He went to jail just once and barely felt the sting. He died in custody before the truth took wing. And now the fight's not over him, he's just a ghost in a machine. The fight is for the files, for what remains unseen. It's not about the gossip, the names you can drop at a party. It's the proof of how power behaves when it's caught. The anatomy. We know we got a sweetheart deal, a prosecutor's winking nodded. We know that they hit it from the victim's bed in the face of God. We know he kept his famous friends, his circle never broke, while thousands of pages sit in silence like a complicated joke. So open the files, all of them raw, every email, every log, every internal law, every memo from the FBI, every note from the prison wall, every backroom agreement. I wanna see it all, unseal every document, let the sunlight disinfect the sore. Protect the victims' names, but nothing less and nothing more. Zoom out and see the structure. It's a pattern, plain and true. Prosecutors protect the office, agencies protect the crew, parties protect the leadership, the media protects the access. Everyone talks to victims while making backroom passes. One side yells it's a hoax, the other yells cover up. They slice the record thin to fill their own damn cup. It's all just campaign fodder, a culture war sideshow. While justice waits in silence for the real facts to grow. I don't care which party wins this dirty, ugly game. I care that the game is played and that we know its name. So open the vault, nothing less than nothing. I'm not interested in fantasy and decoders on a screen. If you can't point to a document, it's just a story meaningly. No special class of people gets to see the whole damn crime, while the rest of us get talking points over and over, time after time. Point of the files isn't to confirm what we assume, it's to make the narrative compete with facts, to clear the rumor, all the rumors, all the lies, all the weaponized doubt, so we can see what's actually there and what this was about. Once everything is public, then the real work can start. Journalists can stop the chase and do their job with heart. Victims see what was done in their name, a bitter, painful right. Citizens see which officials fought for truth and which fled in the night. We stop arguing in darkness about what might be sealed inside and start arguing in the open with the truth we can't deny. So here's the line, the final one I draw. No more trust on faith, no more ignoring the flaw, no more classified, ongoing, or sealed as a permanent final word. The elite crime's not the exception, it's the feature, haven't you heard? You want trust? Show the record. You want closure? Show the record. You wanna prove you're not protecting anyone? Show the record. Epstein is dead, his victims are not all here. The least we can do is stop hiding the evidence of the fear. Open the files, all of them, by default. Protect the vulnerable, not the powerful.